Hey folks, I just thought it might be handy to just do a little video for you. I'm here on my practice kit out in the office in my back garden, and I've been offered a Robbie Williams tribute gig for a guy who's had a serious injury to his foot. Might be a one-off, might be a regular thing, but I've got about 20 to 25 songs to learn in maybe, I don't know, well, I've got to learn them all this week really, so we can get together for a quick rehearsal without the singer, without the Robbie. And I just wanted to kind of give you an impression of what kind of thing I would do to learn those songs. And there's a few kind of important points to make, I think. Firstly, if we look at, I'm not really adding any sort of exact bar numbers or anything like that. So the first thing is that most of the learning's done from just listening to the songs, right? And you can do that, listen to the washing up, that part of it. You can do anywhere, in the car, whatever you're doing, stick it on a playlist. And if there's a song you need to learn, then listen to the song. I mean, it sounds obvious, but if you listen to it, or even if it's on passively, you will absorb a lot of that information. And you'll absorb a lot of the cues and things, and that's why I don't have a need for saying, there's 8 bars guitar intro or anything like that. I've just put guitar, 1 progression, right? So that's one repetition through the whole kind of chord progression of the guitar. And even without knowing the chords, you can tell with your intuition when that cycle is over. So then we've just got fill written in here, so we're going to introduce with a fill, and that will just be based on on the sort of the kind of thing that's being played already. Then we've got just a basic part. Now notice I've got the bass and snare part, but all I've done here is just indicated hi-hat 8th notes. I don't need to write all those 8th notes in. I know what 8th notes sound like. They're just continuous, and it may not just stick to that either. There may be ones that we miss out, or we add in between that as well. That just becomes down to your vocabulary. Just like with this video, I haven't got a script of what to say. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along, and I'm using my experience and all the references of all the conversations I've had to decide what to do, right, and what to say. So now I've got a section name here, intro, pre-chorus. This is a bit messy because I'd originally written that as a bridge. I shouldn't have done that, so I later decided to change it, but I'll tip-X it out. It probably looks like some of your manuscript books, bit messy. And then we've got just continue, so you're just going to play the same groove again, just carry on playing the same groove. And then we've got last bar. I've just denoted some stabs here, so this is just 1, 2, and, right? And everything else between that, filling in and around that, is up to me, whatever I feel like on the day. Then we've got chorus, so I've not denoted anything new or notated anything new here either, so we're just going to carry on playing the same groove. And this is just add hi-hat 16th fill-ins, so that means I'm just going to decorate the groove a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more in, a few E's and A's, if you know what that means, if you've done that yet. Then the middle part, after repeat, so this goes back here, look, so we're going to do that section all over again, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and then we're going to go into this M for middle section. So it doesn't really have a name, so just call it a middle section. Often it's referred to a middle 8. There's not always 8 bars, so just put M for middle. So after the repeat, we're going to go into this groove, floor tom groove, kick drum on the downbeats, 2 and 4 on the snare drum, and then we've got like a little on open hi-hat here. Then we've got some stabs. So stabs basically means you're going to play some cymbal hits to emphasize what's going on there, and I've just written the words in, so I'll just listen and wait for those words, and I'll be able to anticipate, again drawing back to that, having just listened to the songs and being familiar with what goes on in the songs, and then that will trigger the memory that I've got of that part, and then again the little extra bits will just be filled in around that. S for solo, so it's solo over chorus, so it's a chorus section underneath, chords for the chorus, and then the guitar solo being played over the top. RC, go to ride cymbal, so again just back to the groove again. I've not written the groove in again because I just know that that's what's going to happen. Then again we've just written back the hi-hat here, and then we've got Q, so the Q lyric is trying to grow, and then I've got 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and we're building up here, and then there'll be a bar of fill. right? So again, I've denoted that because it's an important and specific part of the song. The other bits are not so much so. And then we've just got C for chorus again, hi-hat, eighth notes plus fill-ins again, so just a bit more decorated because the song's moving on. And then to ride cymbal and play out, so at some point during that I'll feel like it's the right time to kind of move over to the ride and play the song out, and then I'll just look for the other musicians to give me the eyes to when to end it. So that's one song. And yeah, you know, I do these at the kit so I can actually sit and figure out some parts. So here I've just written in a basic idea of what it is, and I've kind of faintly put in some ghost note positions as well because they're quite specific to the kind of groove that's happening in the song. I've also written there's like a little drag in to come in here as well, so this is like A1. So things like that, details that deemed matter, you know, that matter. And again here I've just denoted that it hangs on the 4, so the crash and snare on the 4 of the last bar, and again I'll be able to anticipate where that last bar is because I'll just have an experience of listening to the song and so on. So that's what all the kind of charts are like. I'll leave a some pictures of the charts on the group. I don't expect you'll be able to necessarily decode them or find them any use, but it's worth just having a look at. And the other things as well to mention are we've got the same kind of things going on: intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus, you know, those kind of things. Sections are similar. And also I've also found with a lot of this that most of the songs, they don't come in with the band together. They're often musical introduction without drums, so which is handy for me because I don't know the songs so well, so trying to imagine what they are and then find the tempo in my head is going to be quite a tricky part of what I'm doing. But yeah, so there's a lot of common things here, and notice like the 2 and 4 is just so common. It's in pretty much every song. So those 2 and 4 eighth note grooves, and again hopefully you can see that most of this stuff that is written in eighth notes, eighth notes, eighth notes. You know, there's a crash there to just to mention that as an important thing. And another ride cymbal, eighth notes. Ride cymbal, eighth notes with an accent on the downbeat, for example, right? Open hi-hat, right? So it's pretty much all eighth note stuff. And then again, all of those other things of how to decorate it come later with experience. Some stabs down here that I've put in as well. So this is 3 beats of time, whatever is being played here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4, right? So again, that's just an important bit that you need to kind of put in there, just to kind of, as an aid memoir. The other part of doing this, of course, is that it's not just having it to read. It's actually the process of doing it helps you become more familiar with the song. It also can help you picture it in your mind. You know, I've written these kind of things 10 years ago that I can still picture in my head because I wrote them out. So the writing out of the parts helps to reinforce the playing of the parts, and the playing of the parts helps reinforce the picture. And that's kind of how it kind of all works, where, you know, trying to be able to picture it and reinforce that in different ways. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting and helpful. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you at your next lesson. I'm going to carry on. Bye.